Hey everybody, so Justin here. Welcome to Justin Talks Puppets, where we talk about all things puppets, even more on this channel, and nostalgia stuff. And of course, when you think of nostalgia, for me personally, I think of my buddy right here, Marcus of Comfort Cartoons. Marcus, thank you so much, man, for letting us in your cavern, giving us the little sneak peek behind the scenes.
Of course.
And special sentimental stories and everything like that. So.
Yeah, we're going to dive into it right now. I'm probably going to talk your ear off, but it's going to be a blast. I'm probably going to be sweaty because it's kind of hot in here.
Just a little bit.
But I can't wait to share with you guys some of the awesome stuff that we have in store. And honored to have you here, Justin.
Likewise,
man. I'm a big fan of your content as well,
likewise,
too.
Man. I'm following
Appreciate
your
you.
footsteps. And to
man.
be officially here is a lifelong dream. I know Austin, the brimstone behind the camera, got to give a shout out to Austin.
Hello.
We are just enjoying it all, man. We are taking it all in. So thank you so much again for that.
Heck yeah, man. We're like the FaZe clan of like hyperfixation.
Yeah.
We dive right into, guys. I can't wait. Let's do it. All right, so I'll kind of give you guys, everybody, a full tour. So up here, this is like all my Rugrats stuff, like all the box figures. Again, right now, I call this Cavern version 1 because we still have the Cavern 2 to come out now.
Right.
So that's not every Rugrats set, but I have pretty much a complete set of all the boxed Mattel Rugrats figures.
Wow.
That has been a long process, but eventually, you know, we're slowly getting there. We got that set up there. Over here, we got my Kyrie Irving shoes. This was like one of the first items that I think was like really kind of took the collection up to the next level where I was like, okay, I'm like obsessed with this. It's like 2018 when I really started pushing things like to the next level. We got the little Krusty Krab set here, which I would love to say I built, but I did not. Our lovely cameraman and editor Mitchell, he did build that. He is in Australia now, so that's why there's no new sets.
You were supervising. You were supervising, man.
Exactly.
Supervising.
But over here is like all the this is like my favorite SpongeBob video games are all of the THQ Nordic ones.
Gotcha.
So you have like Cosmic Shake, Battle for Bikini Bottom. This one is, I think, by, what is it called? Like a Game Mill, I think, who did the Patrick Star game.
Gotcha.
There's so many different items I could like probably talk forever about, but this right here is all production material that I got in. So some of this is from Austin's family here. You see the Rugrats ones. We got this one recently from Steven Silver. Let's see here. We got a few more here. I mean, it's just loaded up with a ton of stuff. This one's amazing.
Aw, dude, that is the coolest and perfectly themed for what's coming up. Yep.
There is just some incredible Avatar there too.
Oh, dude.
I mean, it's just loaded up. Like, we could literally spend hours and hours and hours in here. Let me see if there's anything.
Now, for you, right, with the animation artwork and stuff like that, what is it about it that just has made you want to collect it? What is it that it has attracted your eye? Is it the history? Is it the
I think it's everything, and just getting to see like the origin of everything that we grew up with. You know what I mean? Getting to see kind of like the process of it. It's that like look behind the door of like you probably the same thing. You've seen all the movies, you've seen all the shows, all this stuff, and you know so much. It's like, okay, how can I dive even deeper into
that history? Gotcha.
And it's learning that stuff that you wouldn't see anywhere else. So that's all stuff that I have to go through right now. This is all relatively new. This right here is pretty incredible. I don't know if I shared this with you either, Austin, but I just got this in. We got to get it sent out to JSA. This right here is a signed by Steven Hillenburg season 2, and it's signed. Yep, and it's signed by the rest of the entire season 1 and 2 crew.
Dude.
And I have.
What was that?
I'm fortunate to be friends with a couple of the people that worked on the team, and I was able to verify that this was actually all signed by them. They were like, yeah, this was a Christmas party.
Dude.
So you know the exact party.
Yeah, it was a Christmas party. There was a guy who was there, and he was a friend of somebody who worked there, and he was like, sign this. And he went around asking everybody to sign this. And I'm like, Steven Hillenburg is like, I get choked up if I talk about him too much. He's like my biggest inspiration. I just think he's such an incredible individual. So anytime I can get something signed by him, I just cherish it so much.
Oh, yeah, man, definitely.
That's
definitely.
a special item.
Yeah, definitely special.
So there's that there, and then this right here. There's nowhere on the internet you can actually see all 78 pages of the SpongeBob Bible.
Wow.
This is the complete Xerox of the production Bible, and only I think 30 of the pages are publicly online.
Wow, man.
For now, I'm gonna put them all out.
I get you.
Because that's what I do.
But it belongs with the right person. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people see this type of stuff and they see an opportunity to get it signed, whatever, and then flip it for money. When anything you see in this room, if you watch my show, I do flip stuff when it comes to like doubles I get or cartoon related items. But anything you see in this room, this is something that like I see zero value tints, you know, in the sense of like monetary needs.
Yeah.
I would much rather put this out for the public so everybody like me, kids growing up, can appreciate the full history of everything.
Yeah,
you know?
you're not gatekeeping. You're letting everybody else enjoy
Exactly.
it. Enjoy
Same
it.
thing
Yeah.
with this guy here, the press kit, which is the
Super
1999 press kit that was
Yeah.
lost media for over a decade.
I remember you showing
I
that.
used
Yeah.
to read about that years and years ago. And I can't believe you found it. It's incredible.
It's like this Indiana Jones thing I
Yeah,
love to
yeah.
do. It's just so cool, and you can like help like close a door of the fandom. This right here is another thing I've never featured, I don't think, on a video.
The guy calls himself a SpongeBob fan, but he solves more mysteries than the Scooby-Doo gang.
Right. Right. Hey,
I do
you're
enjoy
the
it.
Nicolas Cage of SpongeBob, dude.
This right here is a prototype box of the SpongeBob cereal.
Oh, that's cool.
So this was the box that they actually used to kind of get the concept of what it was going to look like before they actually ended up with the final box, which we'll see over there.
Gotcha.
A little.
I'm amazed up here at all these other Nickelodeon figures that I didn't even know existed as a kid. The Fairly Odd Parents Palisades, like...
Yeah, and that's the
Wow.
stuff that, like, SpongeBob stuff, there's so much out there that you really do have to dig super deep to find those really special items. But when it comes to Fairly Odd Parents, that's like, when it comes to real figures, that's pretty much all there is. There's
Yeah.
like... There's
But you'd have
plushies
Chester
and
and AJ. It's like, wow, dude. That's wow.
the Noggin Knockers, and then up there, the Jimmy Neutron ones. Those were... I was very fortunate that I had a member of the community whose name was Proxy, and he was like a really big collector of Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents, and when he shifted his collection to like mostly focusing on Cartoon Network, I was able to pick up all that from him.
Gotcha.
They kind of got like a nice, really easy entry point into it. Yeah, so super, super lucky. This right here, we're in one corner and I'm talking so
That's
much.
okay.
I'm sorry.
You're good, man. You're good.
This is the
Hey,
exciting
hey.
world.
We're enjoying it. We're enjoying it. We're enjoying it.
For the Marcus Museum.
Okay, this right here is a very elusive card game. This is the iCarly trading card game. Or not games, just trading cards. And this is by Topps. It is next to impossible to find even a single pack. And we got a whole box.
Look at you. Look at you go. Yeah.
And
Wow.
this was a random pop-up on eBay for $60.
You know,
Wow.
sometimes you'd be amazed what you can still find on eBay. Just refreshing. You'll see the most amazing
Sometimes
stuff.
people don't know what they
For
have.
years and years, I had
don't
been
really
looking
care.
for that. And I actually can show you something that goes to that. Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur of the set.
Wow.
The
Wow.
the costume cards.
That
come
is
out of
cool,
it.
man.
I had to get all these because I was like, if I don't get these, I'm gonna open that.
And you don't want to do that.
Yep.
I don't
Yeah, like
wanna
so.
do
Yeah, like
that,
so. That's
so-
gotta stay in mint condition.
This one's here is like really nostalgic for me because I won this. You know the basketball hoops. You know, at
Yeah.
Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah.
Knott's
Yeah.
Berry Farm. I won
Really?
this. I won this exact Squidward. It's not this
man.
one,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
the exact same
Like
one.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
So the first ever bag of the Krabby Patties they ever released.
Oh wow. And now they're everywhere.
Just buttons, pins. This section here, this is for like videos. A lot of times when I'm talking about stuff, and you know the same thing, like maybe you're like talking about a certain subject and you want to grab something for reference that's similar. So I like, you know, skateboard, cars, you know, like your essentials of like, oh, okay, they released this kind of stuff average. So here's an example of something they did previously. Right here is our size chart, which I'm slowly getting to 6 foot. Hopefully one day I'll get there.
You kind of cheated. It's kind of floating.
I think I'm barely scene height at this point.
You're at Sheen right now, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We're all working our way. I'm barely in Carl too. SpongeBob movie corner. There's a lot of like, that's probably one of the most pivotal roles. I would say the YouTube, like, Life is Great, but 2004, 2005 were my favorite years of existence. Those were just like the best years.
Peak SpongeBob.
You had the SpongeBob movie coming out, so I had to collect everything I could for that. So we have like the Yvonne exclusive, all the cups, the cereal itself.
Wow.
Something pretty special. This is the ticket for the SpongeBob 300.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
So the SpongeBob premiere date ticket in here too. So it's the date that the movie came out, the midnight premiere. Somebody actually kept their ticket, and I was able to acquire one of those.
Nice.
And then, of course, I think when most people think of my collection, the first thing people think of is this
Is this sign, man?
Yeah.
That is the coolest thing.
Where
ever.
was this used?
So this was actually for the Nickelodeon store in New Hampshire in the 90s.
Wow.
So this went over the store in the mall, and it was like, you know, there was their answer to the Warner Brothers store, the Disney
There
store.
was a Viacom store in Vegas, I remember, that sold Nickelodeon stuff.
Yeah, they had a couple. I think they had like 3 or 4 locations, but this was like their flagship store. They had like, it's when you look up online, you see like photos of it. It's usually that store.
This
Gotcha.
is amazing.
And there was 2 signs. There was one other store that had one, and the guy I bought it from, he was in charge of actually taking down both stores. And when he got the jobs for this one, they told him, as soon as you get them, take them. You're gonna saw them in half, and you're gonna trash them.
Okay.
He did that with one of them. The other one, he was like, hell no. It was too cool.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Sacrilege.
Yeah,
Why would
yeah,
you
yeah,
do
yeah.
that?
He put it in a storage locker. It sat there for about 10 years until some psycho bought it off of him. It sat there for years and years. He got it. It was sitting in his garage for a long time and just kind of moved from place to place in his life. And he was like, I just need to get this out at some point.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing as like, us as collectors, like we cherish like these really cool items, but often the people that end up with them are these people that like, they're like, why do I have, like, I'm keeping this, I know there's something cool about it, but like I don't really.
Yeah, well, why am I keeping
You
it?
come in like Indian, belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
Or they're like an in-betweener. They're like an
Yeah.
in-betweener. They're
It was like-
in between it to you.
Exactly. The same thing with the Cartoon Network statues. The guy that picked these
These
up
are
from
awesome,
the other
man.
guy, he had no clue what these characters even were. He had no clue. He was told, again, I have pictures of all of them with these big Post-it notes that say dispose on them, that say throw away. And he just was like, well, I'm just going to keep them. He figured he'd put them on Facebook Marketplace, sell them for $100 each.
Right.
And then they ends up being, this guy who didn't even know what they were, and then it gets to the right person, gets to the next person, and then, just kind of goes the way it goes.
Now, question: was the lights behind it? Did you add that, or was that
I
part
did
of it?
add
Okay.
those. So this whole sign is all metal.
Okay.
Nice.
It is about 300 pounds.
Wow.
So I am just waiting for one day when this whole wall just collapses on me. It is incredibly heavy, and I had to have 2 of my friends come. I was filming because that's what I do.
Yeah, yeah.
I should have been more helpful, but I
No,
was
you're
filming.
good. You're good. You're good.
And then they all mounted it up there for me, and we just like stood there for about 10 minutes, just like waiting
like that
for-
meme.
Oh, we're good. Yeah.
waiting for cracks to start showing up. I was like, I think we're okay. There's still so much stuff in each of these sections that, I could cover. Like up there, these are storyboards for a Lost scene for Fairly Odd Parents.
That's Cat Scratch.
This is actually the promotional image for Cat Scratch.
Oh my god.
So when they
Wow.
actually showed it in Nickelodeon magazine, or when they showed it on TV, and they'd be like, "Oh, coming up next, Cat Scratch."
Yeah.
That's that art right there, like that
Oh,
physical
dude.
piece.
Wow. Wow.
Danny doing his transformation, of course. And then I used to be a big Funko Pop collector, and that was like a huge part of the collection. But then I just started like growing it so much that they just became insulation. So now it's just you can see that one up there. I couldn't reach. I just threw it.
Yeah.
In
Wow.
a great position, but
You can see it. It's still neat. It's still neat. And if anybody wants to see any other this stuff in detail, please
We have a
go
full
watch
breakdown.
Marcus's channel, his videos. You can actually
Appreciate you.
probably binge for like months and months and months, just the different categories, you know?
So
Just
these
talk.
guys right here, these big ones, these actually came from a company in Taiwan. And the reason why they're special to me is because Taiwan, they're by a company called Justice, and in Taiwan they make some incredible stuff. Like on all my channels I've done, I did ADHD's World, we did Anime Avenue, I've done so many things, and always my audience was like 70% US, 20% Canadian, UK. But on this channel, Comfort Cartoons, over 35% of the channel is Taiwan. Like,
Wow.
It has the biggest fan base for SpongeBob outside of the United States.
Wow.
And they get some incredible stuff there. So, like this statue in Taiwan, like look at how detailed it is, how like animated it is. It's only $150
Wow.
in Taiwan.
Wow.
Something similar to that, like for example, the Super 7 Reptar would be like $300 to $400
Those
Here.
Super 7s were very expensive.
here in the U.S.
Yeah.
But in Taiwan, just because the way they convert everything, the labor cost is a lot cheaper. The cost on those mostly came from the imports. you
Wow.
know?
Got you.
So importing
Got you.
those
Got you. And
guys.
Patrick, same thing?
Same thing. They're a set. There was only 75 of each made.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this guy right here, super, super important to me because this one, he was a part of Nickelodeon Universe. So in Nickelodeon Universe, there was there still is, there's an aquarium just off the side of it in Mall of America. And there was only 2 of the statue made. There was one other one that I think was in Universal Studios.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
But this one, it was at the aquarium. So because it was a part of the aquarium was a little bit less strict on how they got rid of it.
Okay.
So because of that reason, somebody ended up with it. Because if it would have been at the Nickelodeon universe, they would have for sure scrapped it because you don't see any of that stuff come out. So I picked this up from a guy, and yeah, it was a nightmare.
Because the arms were off of him, right? In the beginning, I think, right?
He took the arms off, he took the nose off, the legs off. He was a mess. And then not just that, the guy was like, he had never shipped anything like that before. And it was trying to convince him to ship it was like so tough. I was like, dude, I will pay you twice whatever, like what it cost.
Right.
I need you to ship this because I can't drive all the way to Minnesota just for this. I was in Minnesota when we made the deal, but the thing was I was on a plane.
Right. So you're like, I can't just.
Yeah, so there's no way I can do that. So we worked it out. I had to be like the most convincing I could ever been in my life, a salesman of getting him to take my money. We ended up getting here, and that's one of my favorite pieces.
Dude, that is the coolest, man. Wow.
And then back here, this is probably one of the most, like, I would say, like, if anybody gets into SpongeBob collecting, like your surface level Grail, like everybody when you get into it, like, oh, one day I want to own one of these, it's that. That's the SpongeBob movie sweepstakes life-size plush. Even though life-size SpongeBob would be like,
yeah, super tiny.
But that was for a sweepstakes. So it was at Target, one per Target location. They had a sweepstakes you could enter to win this guy.
Gotcha.
This is a fraction of the Green Label collection, but these are some of the items that I find the most often I need to grab. Again, for the reference of videos, Green Label stuff here. And then this over here, this is like my search of like I wanted to complete this so bad. This is the episodic series.
Okay.
So that was like the peak of my fandom. I remember getting this 2004 Christmas, and I opened that up, man, and I was like, this is who I am forever.
Right? I'm the SpongeBob guy. Yeah, I feel like if anybody around that, because we're close in age, same Christmas morning, screaming at the top of my lungs, probably like you. Red Pants SpongeBob. We got pictures, and I'm pretty
It was so cool.
Yeah, if you were not a SpongeBob fan alive, I don't know what you were doing because it's just like that even going in the store checking it out.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So there were so many of these figures that were like in this line that have these little like inner tubes, these life preservers, and I was like, I got to complete this set.
Right.
They made a set that was not really ever advertised as a set. Nobody on the internet at the time had even like made it a cohesive set. I actually kind of coined the term of the episodic series. And I was like, I'm going to find them all. So I eventually, after 4 years of documenting it, we completed the entire thing with these two here, which there is no other documented versions of either of these anywhere. And the Patrick one, it was a miracle that it happened. So I found the SpongeBob one.
Gotcha.
I'm digging through Google, like, you're going 7 layers deep
right.
images. Like,
right.
There's this Patrick image I had seen like 5 years ago. I'm like, I know this Patrick exists. Nobody could convince me it doesn't, but everybody's like, no, there was just a SpongeBob. Yeah. It says Sponge Launcher. How could it be a Patrick Launcher?
Yeah. You're like, I'm not losing my mind.
And I was like, I saw it. And eventually, me and my editor were like working, and then he found the photo. He sends it to me, and I'm like, there it is. It exists. Yeah. So we put it in the video. I'm like, okay, this is it. Like, if you guys know about this thing, if it exists, if you guys have ever seen one, let me know. A member of the rep pack who is named Faith. I'll never forget her. I love her so much. She's an older woman. She was collecting SpongeBob when it came out, but she was like my age.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
so as it was coming out. So I owe her that. She got me that Reptar wagon, another item I searched for years for. Yeah. And she had this stuff in her like backyard shed.
Wow.
Like she was picking it up like at the time.
Wow.
And she was picking up like literally she was doing like Neptune's work. Like she didn't know what she was doing, but I was like, you are such a staple in this community without even like realizing it. Like you've brought so much value to not just me but the whole community.
Right.
By the fact that so she sent me that one and I couldn't be happier. Still, I'm just so grateful that even happened.
Well, shout out to Faith. Thank you for adding to the craziness.
So then we completed that set here. I'm a big fan of Mr. Krabs and Plankton's relationship. As I get older, when you're a kid, you're like, SpongeBob, Patrick, they're the coolest,
Yeah.
But then you get older and you kind of like can understand their dynamic a little bit more. And you're like,
is that a figure of Mr. Krabs' mom?
This is actually just him like sleeping.
Oh, gotcha.
In his pajamas.
Did they make a figure of Mr. Krabs' mom?
I don't believe there is as of yet.
Wow.
I would love for a panty raid figure to come along.
They could have a little life preserver, as seen in this episode.
Up there, I have very few items, though I try to keep it as licensed as possible. Like I'm a big stickler for licensed. The Galay Grub has never been made an official one, so that was the closest thing I could find. Because at one point, this was the food shelf.
Okay.
But because the heat in here and like the temperatures, at some point quickly I realized that I needed to allocate that into the house because it was just not doing like. There was like 1 or 2 items I just noticed some slight wear to, so I was like, okay, that's going.
Gotcha.
So the only things I kept out here was the cereals because they belong to the episodic line.
Right.
And we have another set of those too, though.
I'm just here listening and learning from the legend. And this is the stuff that impresses me because, like, I loved Tough Puppy as a kid. I didn't know there was any merchandise of the show. And, of course, Marcus has it. A little bit. But anyways, take it away, Marcus.
All right, so over here, this is like the shot that you would see the most in the background. So this whole area, it's more curated towards like what can you actually see while I'm talking, showing you something tiny, and the camera's going in and out of focus.
Right.
So, for years, this is my gold play button. That's kind of where this all started, was a member of the rep pack. He sent me this Reptar up here. That was the first item in the collection.
Oh, nice, dude.
And at that point, I got that Reptar, and then for some reason, somebody sent me another one. And then there was like another one, and then people just kept sending me these little Reptars, and I was like, what is happening? And then people this whole name of King Reptar became like a little like online meme amongst our community.
Right.
So now I make it my mission to collect every single Reptar that I can possibly find. So that is not all of them, but as many Reptars as I've ever come across.
Wow. That is cool. That is cool.
And then we have the play button. Now, I do have to get the silver play button for this channel in here eventually. Just right now it's packed up and everything like that.
Gotcha.
I plan to do something special with that. I want to I don't know if we can some kind of like what, a plastic dip it green or something.
That would be cool.
Marcus,
That
we
would
need
be
to send
cool.
you a yellow play button.
Yeah, man.
Like the
Definitely.
Definitely.
Something. So then back here, there's a lot of like gold related stuff because whenever you guys know for sure when you do those mystery boxes, there's always like the chase gold one
Yep.
you gotta get.
Yep.
So
Yep.
this is all those little gold ones that come in, and this one is pretty special to me. I don't keep the tin in here, but this was the first ever SpongeBob Series 2 sketch card. So this was done by Paul Tippett, and there was the set itself is remarkably hard to get. So like just getting the booster boxes are like several $1,000s now because trading cards have just gone through the roof.
Right.
But this card you couldn't pull from the regular booster box. You could only get them exclusively at Target through a bottom feeder that had packs, and you had a chance of getting a sketch card from there. So like you narrow yourself no more and more and more, and then I got 2 of them. I got lucky enough to pull one on my channel like in a video, and I got 2 of them over a period of time. I got one graded, and as of right now, I was the first person in the world to have it in a PSA 10. And now there's only 2 that exist in
Wow.
a 10.
And you're one of it.
I'm one of the 2.
Yeah.
And this is the PSA 9. I don't keep the 10 in here because
That's a little yeah.
me a fault.
I get you.
Yeah.
Ones. These look so on model. These like maquettes here.
that is exactly what they are. So these are the 2000 flat. These are the 2000 animator maquettes. So they only made 1,000 pieces of them. I have another memory of these. I remember being at the mall with my mom, and we were just sharing a soda. We were drinking. We saw one of those remember back in the day they had those kind of almost like Sanrio style shops.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of pop culture
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And they had the green label boxes, and they had this SpongeBob and this Patrick, and they were in the box, and I was just like, oh my god, those are so cool. Like you said, they're so on model.
Yeah.
But I was just I knew I was a kid. These are really, really delicate
Yeah.
items. My mom's not gonna buy me these, And I think they were $70, which at the time, was
like a lot, yeah.
that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we were like, man, this is amazing. So I saw it, moved on. I remember asking for it, just throw it out there. Nothing goes.
You never
We
know.
go on our day. I'm thinking about it. I go to my dad's house for a period of a week, and then I come back and there's these 2 wrapped presents on our front door. And I'm like, I'm a kid. Those must be for me. And I got goosebumps talking about it, man.
Nice.
Open them up, and there they were.
Dude.
Both of them. And I was just I remember crying. I was like, oh my God, how could I own something like this?
Right. And being so young, but your mom could tell how much you clearly.
Yeah, so she went back to the mall on her lunch break and
Aw,
picked
dude.
them up and then wrapped them up so that way when I got back home.
So I just want to say
would have
shout out to the awesome parents for always paying attention to what your kids like and want, and that's
And I
Yeah,
think we're all
yeah.
3 of us are super, super lucky.
To have
that-
parents to support a hobby. Yeah.
Exactly. My mom, she always tried her best to get whatever she wanted and whatever I wanted the best she possibly could. and that appreciation was never like I never lost that. You know, I
Right.
appreciate it so much, and I still today I have like I'm talking about it right now. I have those memories, and like I'll never forget.
What
it,
is
you know?
just a side note? So you featured your mom, you know, throughout multiple different videos. What is your mom's thoughts on just the collection, the stuff that you found? What is, you know, seeing it come from here for her, helping adding to it, right? And then with the Red Pants, SpongeBob, and all this stuff, you know, as you've gotten older, what is your family's thoughts?
I think that like my mom really loves it, but of course she's a mom, so her thing was like, you spend a lot of money.
Right.
You spend a lot of money on that
Right,
stuff.
right.
But as she's seen it transform into, you know, I hate to call it that, but a business to an extent. You know, I've got the YouTube channel, I've got the Whatnot shows, everything we do, that I've been able to turn this into something that is not just a collection, but has been financially like positive for my
Right,
life.
right.
So I've been able to collect the majority of this stuff for what I paid for it. You know, basically paid for itself.
Right.
Or I've gotten it just through the awesomeness of the community. you
Right,
know?
true.
So it's kind of paid for itself, and now that as she's seeing that develop, you know, I've kind of grown onto myself and developed my life. She gets it way more, and she's happier about it because it's like, you know,
Yeah.
A parent's first thing is concern. you
Right,
know?
yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
okay, are you okay? But once that was established, now she loves it. So she's the same way. She comes in here, she's just like, wow, that's crazy.
Right.
And I could talk about it all day. I never forget, again, one of the big impacts in my life was my mom transformed my whole bedroom into a SpongeBob bedroom.
Oh, dude.
And that was the same thing. She was a good surpriser.
Yeah.
You know, I came home from school one day and my whole bedroom was SpongeBob. And I was like, oh my god.
Like, this is awesome.
So
yeah.
she
You're
remembers,
believing.
yeah. So she remembers like, oh, I remember that when you were a kid. Oh, I remember this when you were a kid. And yeah, so that's kind of the vibe.
Gotcha, and that's how you guys like bond through there. I'm saying this on the video because I'd like to, you know, show other people, young kids growing up, say if they don't have supportive parents, say if they do have supportive parents, how positively that can affect, you know, later on in life, because the parent is supporting the person in their passion.
Exactly.
Or if the parent is not behind the kid or the person, that they can still, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I like to live a
I
positive.
think I have both perspectives, and that's like my dad's the opposite. Like he doesn't see any of this stuff as cool. He
Gotcha.
thinks it's weird. He
Gotcha.
thinks it's kind of like, why are you wasting your money on this?
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, I get you.
But I am who I am. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't like always respect, you know, your parents, but at the same time, at some point, it's your life. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
true.
You got to do what's best for you and whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, and you're not hurting others. You're not causing harm to others. You're not going financially out. You know, in debt with all this stuff.
I
So-
think what Marcus has done with colorful cartoons is he's created a haven for collectors. Because Marcus, you make it look cool.
Yeah, man,
Like,
definitely.
This is
Definitely.
the way it's displayed.
I don't know about living
so
like Larry, but I
fantastic.
know about living like Marcus. That's the goal.
appreciate it.
That's the goal.
He
And
is
that's
living
kind
like
of something
Larry.
I've always tried to do too, is like get rid of the stigma of like, oh well, if you're doing this, then you must not be cool, or you must be like, you know, all the stigmas you get as a collector.
Right.
You know that you can achieve anything you want in this life and still be a weirdo for SpongeBob. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and then
Like,
and you have other people that can share that same love like you do. You're not the only one. That's the other great thing. You're not the only one. Even with our you know, different fandoms, that brought us together.
and,
So
and anybody can do it. And the thing is, like, nobody in this room is like rich.
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's
we
the-
all grew our collection from just staying at it.
okay, so
Consistency.
please say that again, because I get on an amount
He does.
of comments of kids telling me Marcus must be rich, Austin must be rich, these guys must be, and I'm like, no, man, it's starting from ground zero, the simplest thing. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just building on it, and like I've been very fortunate that like I've been able to have access to a little bit more funds as I've gotten older. But ultimately, like all this started, most of the stuff, my favorite items in this room, I got for way cheaper than you would ever think, you know, or just through connecting with people like Justin, Austin, people. at
You
our
really
local
just
flea
have to
markets.
keep at it. Just keep going to flea markets, keep going to thrift stores. If I never got out of bed at 6 a.m. one morning, I never would have met Marcus.
Yep.
I never would have met you, Justin.
See?
It all came naturally.
see,
There's so many items we've been able to exchange with each other, and there's like always this camaraderie there. And I think that building that connection with other people, as for me as like a collector, and I think a lot of other collectors as well too, like we can fall into an introvert category
Yeah.
very easily. And I think that sometimes like when you're talking to the average person, like I kind of feel like, oh, they're not going to get what I'm talking about. But when you find the people that get what you mean, that connection grows so much tighter because you've all been looking for somebody else that gets that same thing.
Yeah, you get it. Now, it may not be the same similar thing like Nickelodeon or Shrek.
The best thing you can get for your collection is a friend.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a t-shirt for that.
Exactly. That's the quote of the day. That is true, because when you're in it for the conversation, you know what I'm saying, you're not in it for yourself. This is not like a selfish thing. For you allowing us in here and checking this out, you're open and you're friendly, and then people can go, wow, okay, like I can, you know what I'm saying? You're not gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Marcus's channel is a gift
Yes,
to collectors.
definitely.
To anyone who loves.
It's a virtual museum, man. We keep saying it's a virtual museum.
Yeah.
So like Barney, sharing means caring.
Yeah, and putting yourself out there, and alongside that, be accepting of other people in the same way you would hope to be.
True.
I know it's a generic statement we all say, but it's like, I think if everybody could just nurture all their friendships and everybody that they meet with the same way they would want to be.
Yeah,
you
do
develop so
unto
much-
others as you want them to do unto you.
Exactly. Your maquette, though, I was super fortunate that I actually got the one that they used in the studio.
Sweet.
So the studio maquette is back there.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That one was a situation where somebody listed it on eBay as a prototype, which it wasn't. It was just it was the maquette.
Gotcha.
So he listed it as a prototype, and the guy shipped it with that, a box about this big, and a sheet of bubble wrap, and it came in pieces.
Oh.
A original Nickelodeon season 1 animator maquette for SpongeBob, and he shipped it with a sheet of bubble wrap.
How long did you cry for if we put that together?
I didn't cry. That's the thing about me.
I would have cried.
I
would have
instantly-
I would have been emotionally wrecked.
I go like into an instantly driven mode where I'm like, "Where's the glue?"
Persistence.
Yeah,
Persistence.
yeah.
So I just put it all on the table here. I got my glue, and I spent a painstaking 4 hours with tweezers, glue, and I didn't want to put too much glue, so like to put it in such a way to where it could preserve its exact look. And I think I did a pretty good job.
Yeah, man. Oh,
You know,
definitely. You can't even tell.
There's like a light chip on his eye that I was not able to,
Who did you like?
Yeah.
They look
If that's the least of your worries, man, you knocked it out of the park, dude. I can't even tell. I
And
can't
I've
even
been
tell.
fortunate enough to go to Nickelodeon Studios, and I've seen their other animated maquettes, and they don't even have that one there.
Really?
So if there's at least one preserved, at least we got one.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
know?
success, right?
Yeah.
Success.
So then the rest of this stuff down here, we have some comic books and whatnot. This one's pretty special to me. So Steven Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob, when he went to Cal Arts, he was, obviously a marine biologist first. College is expensive, especially going to Cal Arts, and he needed to fund it somehow. So he created these frozen Walt Disneys. So
That
it's
is
Walt
awesome.
So there's a rumor that in the basement of Cal Arts is Walt Disney's body frozen.
Nice.
So he made these and sold them to people as vinyl figures.
A Waltsicle.
And yep, exactly, Waltsicle. Yep, it's literally called the Frozen Walt Disney. And he only made 1,000 pieces. And then I think there's also I think the first one was 10,000 pieces.
Wow.
But he didn't move all of them. And then he decided with the 1,000 piece ones he was going to sign them all too. So this is actually one of the only ways you can get a verified Steven Hillenburg signature, like 100%. Because everything else is just kind of people like. Services saying, "Oh yeah, we verify that is
Yeah.
his signature,"
Yeah.
unless you got it yourself.
Yeah.
Because he passed away before the conventions were what they are now, where like every voice actor is doing conventions, and you have people there that can verify the autographs. His signatures were more of like, "Oh, it's a movie premiere," and somebody there happened to ask him.
Gotcha.
So this is one of those ways you could actually get a verified item. So that
Gotcha.
one's
That one's
really
pretty special.
impressive.
Yeah.
This right here is the Comic-Con. That's another one of the surface level grails is the Comic-Con Shredder Plankton Funko Pop. Down here we got Danny Phantom signed by Butch Hartman,
That's pretty
as well
cool.
as the voice actor. A couple other employee exclusive items. This is an item that nobody knows about. This is a Nickelodeon smartwatch.
Oh, that's cool. That rocks. Yeah.
It's kind of a weird item, but
No, but it's cool, man.
yeah. Just a lot of smaller items here. Some of the statues as well. This is the SpongeBob first comic book, and a 9.8 signed by Conch Street. This right here is a SpongeBob Gold Pez, and I did a video on this. So there was a situation where they only made 1,000 of these, and they randomly seeded them in Pez boxes. So I was like, how am I gonna get one? So I go to Five Below, I go to all the stores, I'm not seeing
Yeah.
them. I'm like, how much does it cost us to get a case of these? So I ordered a pallet.
So you have 999.
We had an unbelievable amount of, and they were surprisingly affordable. Like the
Wow.
cases were like $23. So
Not
like
bad
the
at all.
pallet
Yeah.
was like a
Yeah.
couple hundred. But I was like, if I can just get one, and I got two.
Hey, that's a win.
That's not limited. It's a pallet, and you got two of the pallet.
And anybody that's a part of the Whatnot streams probably has multiple of these pet dispensers.
And now you know where they're coming from. Yeah, yeah.
We were throwing them in orders left and right.
Obscure Nick
Yeah,
culture.
that's when you kind of get a little wacky over there.
Yeah.
So over here is more like Rugrats related stuff. Again, some of the bigger items kind of stand out.
I remember those Cynthia dolls. Weren't those a Comic-Con item?
The first one was a Comic-Con because the Nick box premiered at Comic-Con.
Okay.
But it was actually just part of the Nick box. And it's one of those things that just grinds my gears. Like, this right here is the 7 Voyages of Cynthia. I had the first one, which now is like a $300 figure.
Wow.
But my sister was the reason I watched SpongeBob and Rugrats, and we grew up with it together. And I gave her the Cynthia, and she lost it.
Oh.
That sounds like my sister. It must be a sister thing.
Yeah.
More Rugrats, Reptars up here. Actually, one Reptar is pretty important. This is a prototype sample Reptar that was actually sent to me by Nickelodeon. Pretty cool in there, the prototype Reptar. And the same thing for that Stimpy. That was a band, Stimpy, Ren and Stimpy. Ended up getting turned to a plush where their butts were connected. But that one, they made it, and then basically the team in New York was like, yeah, we're trying to get away from that Ren and Stimpy stigma already. So let's make him not strangling Ren.
Yeah.
We already have the John alcohol situation and all these other things. So they decided to cancel that one. But I think it's very cool because, it's just it's limited,
Yeah, he's giving a hug by the neck. That's why he's just.
And that's Ren and Stimpy, right?
Yeah,
like whether
right.
you love it or hate it, there was a lot of people involved in that show that weren't John Kay that I feel like deserve some love too.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, so then over here we have some more stuff. Just this is like Austin said, kind of like it's like a little mid 2000s corner. You've got like Chalk Zone. I tried to we have a lot of collectibles for these different items, but I wanted to make like a section where you could just kind of like look at it and like
stuff.
yeah, exactly, like a good smorgasbord of all that type of stuff there.
Now, some of these licenses, like My Life as a Teenage Robot, that didn't have merchandise back in the day, did it?
No, it
It's
literally
new.
all the stuff that for My Life as a Teenage Robot, there was like some stickers and a couple other weird items, but the U2s did all of it.
U2's is the GOAT. They are making a lot of really great stuff.
Absolutely. So if it wasn't for U2s, we wouldn't have half the My Life as a Teenage Robot stuff. And then down here is like Fairly Odd Parents. These are the employee-only bobbleheads. You've seen these probably throughout the rooms. There's the Cosmo, the Fairly Odd Parents ones. This one here was for year one if you worked at Nickelodeon for a year. These are the SpongeBob ones here. And these were given out at, there's also a TAC one down there too. I'm trying to acquire all of them. So they were given to the employees. It was for the 10th anniversary, I think, for SpongeBob. But
Okay.
they gave them to all the crews for different shows. The most sought after one is the Avatar Last Airbender one. Some guy listed, okay, so this TAC one I got for $12. The SpongeBob ones I got for about like $80 a piece. Now they're like $500. And some guy listed the Avatar ones for like $10,000. And somebody bought them. So then now
Oh, no.
everybody that has them thinks that they're like,
Worth gold.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll probably, I don't know, knock on wood, maybe we'll end up with them, but I'm not paying that kind of money.
No, that's crazy.
They're having a
That's
sale
crazy.
for-
That is
for
crazy.
$1.
10,000.
Yeah.
10,000.
Yeah. So since that one sale happened, it's just ruined the
Yeah.
chances of getting
It
that.
skyrocket everything else.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
So this right here is a real life Goddard.
That's pretty cool.
This is the film reel trailer for Jimmy Neutron. We also have the film reel trailer for Rugrats, Wild Thornberries, SpongeBob as well. That's every SpongeBob DVD that's ever been released.
Dude.
Then down here is like gaming. I made this desk myself.
Really? Look at
Yeah.
you, man.
Look at the legs. I'm
Hey, that's
I'm
cool.
proud of that
Great.
desk.
I like that. Yeah.
Doodlebob's pencil go perfect there.
Yeah. So this is like the media corner. We have the Toys R Us monitor.
That's cool.
I made this VHS player. This is the DVD as well as TV. This right here is the TV guide that SpongeBob premiered in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I love little quirky, weird stuff like that. Like sometimes I just like the most outlandish thing you could think of. Like, how does it connect to SpongeBob? That's what I want.
Boom. Yep. I like it.
Let's see here. So there's those
How
there.
do you get inventory? All what when you go buy something or when people give you things, you mentally already know that what you have,
Sorry.
or
I
how does it
have
work?
maybe it's like a Pokemon brain from like the Gotta Catch 'Em All era that like my brain just somehow.
Calculate all that stuff.
I can't say that I never forget stuff, but like I would say I have like a 95% inventory in my head. The most important items in this room is this right here. So this has a very special story. Well, there's a few, but so there is 4 original SpongeBob arcade machines that came out during the Green Label era. This one's got the green label on it, which is so cool. And I have 3 of them here, 4 pending. Okay, the other one we have it, but
Wow.
I'm waiting to do a video.
Gotcha. Stay tuned. Stay
This one
tuned.
put 3.
Yeah.
So
wow.
this one,
rabbit hole, dude.
exactly. This one here, though, this was my game, man. Like there was a place in La Mirada. It was called Lamppost Pizza. Okay, so I don't know. Have you heard this story before? Okay, so it was at Lamppost Pizza. I used to go there, got my little $25, credits, blow it all into this machine. It was like I just loved the sounds. It has like this. I would turn them all on, but if I turn on more than 2, it blows out the power.
Yeah, no, we don't want you doing that. Yeah, we don't want that to you.
Yeah. That's exciting.
We can visualize. I can visualize. Yeah.
But just for reference, how much power they draw.
Wow.
So the new Cavern has its own power system, so we won't have that issue. But this takes up so much power that if I turn on 2, or this in the lights, it will blow up and power my whole house.
Wow. Yeah, no, we
So
know.
wait, is this the machine from Lamppost
Go
Pizza?
ahead, Austin. Go ahead, Austin.
Let me go. We'll see, right? Okay, so then I was blowing in my coins in this. I love the sounds. You get SpongeBob, Squidward sound effects. So then, years go by, 20 plus years. I'm like on OfferUp, and this guy pops up with this, this machine. I'm like, oh my god, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the game. So I was like, okay, let's go pick it up. So I pick it up. He shows me it's all working. The kid, he was like freaking 16, but he was like a whiz when it came to like
Wow.
repairing arcade machines.
Wow.
He was like, yeah, we got this machine, and like they were getting rid of it because it was broken, so I just fixed it, and like now everything's good. Like I replaced all the parts, like everything's like brand new. And I was like, dude, freaking sweet. So I picked it up, I get in the car, get in the truck. I had to rent a U-Haul, which this was like my first, like, oh, I gotta get a U-Haul to get this,
Right.
That was a big piece. So I pulled it in my car, I pulled it out the truck, we put it in my garage, we plug it in. I'm like, man, this is amazing. I was like, let's throw a coin in there. Throw a coin in there. And wouldn't you believe it? The tickets come out.
Nice.
Lamppost Pizza.
Dude.
Amazing.
Taco.
And I literally every time I tell the story, I get goosebumps.
That's a full circle moment. That's a
I was
full
like,
circle
this
moment.
is the machine.
This is the exact one.
This is the exact machine.
Wow.
It was in the same. So I'll be the full. There was 2 Lamppost pizzas, but it was closer to the Lamppost pizza that I went to. So I like to say that without a 95% chance, this was the machine.
Wow.
So that will always be one of my most important items because it was a machine that I remember paying hours into as a kid, and then now it's in my
They found its
garage.
way back to you. Yeah.
Is there still a roll of Lamppost
I
Pizza
still have the tickets in there. Yeah.
That is cool.
Nice.
So I kept the tickets. I use it very sparingly. I don't usually use the
You don't want
tickets.
the tickets to come up.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll just run it. And the thing that's cool about this is there's a counter in there, and it tells you how many times the machine was used. And it was on average of, let's just say the minimum was a quarter, right?
Okay.
There was over 400,000 uses. So if you break,
most of you.
so if you break that down by a quarter, this machine in his lifetime had made almost $100,000.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Big money, okay. That's
That's,
crazy.
that's an insane amount. This man was a moneymaker.
Well, how could you resist? It's got those SpongeBob characters
Yeah.
right there.
And Mr. Krabs with the bag of money, all smiling, Kool-Aid grinning.
I
Yeah.
may have modified it a bit and put those guys back there.
That's cool.
I
That's
remember
cool.
when I opened this thing up, it felt like when you're like in a video game and you glitch through the map.
Yeah.
It was like I'm not supposed to be
Yeah,
back here.
but I'm going through it. Yeah,
How
that's
am I?
cool.
I'm in the machine.
That is cool, man. That is
and then
cool.
this one is one of the hardest ones to find. It just made very little of this machine. It's essentially just a ticket machine. You try to land it there, you get the maximum
Gotcha.
amount. This sign on top is like very breakable. So a lot of times you find them and the sign's broken. And what's the company that does this one? Is it Ross?
Chicago Gaming.
Chicago.
Right there.
Yeah, so Chicago Gaming Company, they also do this one here, and they stopped producing parts for these machines years ago. You can still order some if they have them in stock that are just leftovers. But that's a sign that the piece that you can no longer get. So really, really just happy that sign is in good shape. And then another story is this one right here. In Las Vegas, in Arizona, there was a casino called the Avi. And my grandfather whenever I would go over there, it was called Kids Quest. It was like a little play park.
I remember Kids Quest. Yeah.
It was like a play park. It was like your parents would drop you off there. You got like snacks. You had like games,
And
little jungle
epic playgrounds.
Yeah, and they had this machine. And like me being like a super anxious kid, I just remember like locking into this game. I'm gonna play this for 4 hours till my parents come back.
Yeah.
And then a kid comes up and like it's like, oh yeah, like what's your favorite character? I became friends with them.
Right.
And I was like, oh wow, I have a friend now.
Right.
And then it opened me up. And I just remember playing it so much that this was the first one that I actually got, even before this one, now that I think about it. And it was completely destroyed. The screen didn't work. Everything was separated, and we completely refurbished it back to the state. And when my grandpa passed away, he gave me his jacket, and in his jacket pocket was actually his card to that very same casino.
Aw, dude. That is cool.
So I keep that card on there.
I love that each piece has its story.
yeah,
That's so
Yeah.
amazing.
And sentimental to
This one
Yeah.
for sure,
Marcus.
because it was local.
Yeah.
That one was like, oh, okay. Whenever I went to Kid Quest, this was my game. You know. And then over here, now we're starting to get into something like the more, that's kind of the peak of the room over here.
It's still cool.
This is the Neff display. This was a series of posters that they had at Five Below. I think like 2019.
I remember that video. You were dreading putting this poster together.
Yeah. Yep.
We had to drive around trying to acquire all the different pieces to make this mosaic piece, which is really cool. I just think it's a unique thing. Just a bunch of miscellaneous plush, all my blues. And then we got some more artwork over here. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of stuff I could talk your guys' ear off about, but I think I covered the major stuff.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Thank you.
So the question is, when is the book coming out? And when is the video series coming out?
We should all work on our own collector guide books.
Yeah, man. I'm surprised Nickelodeon hasn't contacted you about them wanting to come do a tour.
I've always said that the only person I would ever sell my collection to is if Nickelodeon genuinely needed an archival purpose.
I get you.
To pick it up.
I'm not talking about selling, just being.
But
Yeah.
or coming to even just document this,
Yep.
I wish they would, and I wish that they did a better job of documenting their own stuff. That's why I take a lot of it on myself, because a lot of Nickelodeon is not your Disney that keeps every single thing. Like I always show that the Hannah Montana special they recently did, where they were able to recreate the entire set.
Yeah.
Because Disney keeps everything.
Yeah.
And Nickelodeon does not do it to the same extent. I really, really wish they do. They do some stuff with their artwork and stuff related to that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to themselves as a brand, they really don't. So I try to do the best I can.
I get you. No,
Once this video
you
comes out,
rock,
you might be
man.
getting a call.
Yeah, they're like that one guy.
When you mentioned it.
Are you still trying to go after the, like the Guinness Book of World?
Well, as of right now, there is no recorded Guinness Book World Record for SpongeBob or Nickelodeon, which is surprising because Casper's got one,
Yeah.
freaking Popeye, but
Right.
they haven't done one. So I would have to be able to be the first one, which I think now we're starting to develop a case, because nowadays the way the Guinness Book World Records works, they more than the collection, they want a story.
Okay.
They want something to go with it to make it something notable for their YouTube channel and something like that. So maybe now with the story of the channel and all this stuff, we could try to go for something like that. I know that the second biggest collection is by Roger Bumpus, who's the voice of Squidward.
Yeah.
I haven't seen his whole collection. From what I've seen of it, there's nobody that I've seen with a bigger collection, based off of not just this room, but my extended collection in the vault.
Gotcha.
There you go.
So I would say the undocumented world's biggest collection.
They made two collections. One, someone that actually worked for the show that had access,
Yeah.
and a person that doesn't have access at all.
Yeah.
That's what I always
Two
say.
Categories.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, he definitely has an advantage.
But I think
Not only opening up your collection to us, but also opening up your life and your stories.
Yeah.
This is all very impressive, but to me the good stuff is here. It's the stories.
right. That's the real value. Yep.
Yeah. It all it means so much to me. Like I said, I collect Pokemon, I collect Cartoon Network, anime, and all of that stuff comes in and out. But this is the collection that there's not a dollar, there's no amount of money. So people have always asked, oh, would you sell it for $1 million or $2 million? No, why? And so I buy the same things.
Yeah. So it just goes around in a circle
Like
again.
you said, where are you going to find some of this stuff?
Some of this stuff, even if I had
It's
$1 million,
priceless.
I couldn't find it again.
Right, and it went especially
behind
for
it.
other fans to send it to you to archive to keep, because they know you're going to
And that's always my answer. People always say, oh, what's your favorite item in the collection? It's anything that somebody sent to me or my friends gave to me out of the kindness of their heart. Those are the items I cherish above Goosebumps again. I'm such a freaking
No, you're good.
Hey, you know what? To be honest, that's how we end up meeting you, because when we started sending things to you, and this person here that really knows how to pack is that basically we go, oh, okay, we feel for Mark, but we feel for a lot of collectors that we see that
Yeah.
you know,
Because you generally, we always tell people,
yeah,
you could be different backgrounds, different whatever.
yeah,
As long as you're cool
Yeah.
with somebody, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Just be cool. You can have
Yeah.
like if you can't have a conversation about the 3 dreaded topics, you don't need to be speaking to nobody. Lock yourself in a cave and leave people alone.
But like I said,
you
you're,
make it fun,
yeah,
too.
you're not gatekeeping. I like that you always make it a challenge. You always make it fun, and you don't take yourself seriously.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You're not like, oh, you know.
yeah.
And it's that community and that experience that means the most to me. Like more than any prototype or one-of-one figure, it's the stuff that, even if it's run-of-the-mill, that somebody gave to me out of their kindness of their heart, and that they thought of me on like their independent life. We all have our own journeys, all have our own stress, stuff going on, and they took 5 seconds even of their day to think about me. I'm honored.
Yeah.
So
That's why you
freaking
call
honored.
comfort cartoons. Comfort.
So I'm glad you came in here. I'm glad that I was
Thank
able to
you,
share.
man.
I know it was a bit of a drive, so thank you
No,
guys for making
no,
it out
thank you,
here.
man.
We
And,
enjoy
and
it, yes.
anything else that you want to mention or that we're forgetting or?
No, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I think it's just, I mean, you can take your own shots if you want to, just kind of scan, and there's so many things I could talk about, but I'm just excited for the 2.0 version of the room.
Oh, yeah,
and
man.
that's
Can't
coming
wait to
back
see
for
it.
And the coolest part is now we're to go thrifting with Marcus.
Yeah.
All right, so that is it. Thank you so much for you guys checking out the Cavern. Again, honored to have you over here, Justin.
Pleasure, man.
Appreciate you so
Pleasure.
much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to cover as much stuff as I possibly could, but there's just so many things to talk about. If you guys want to see a more in-depth one, I do have a video on my channel, Comfort Cartoons. If you want to check it out, go take a look. You can see a really good breakdown of every single item in the room. But thank you guys so much for just checking this video out, and shout out for checking out, supporting my boy Justin here.
Appreciate it.
Awesome dude, and super honored to see another young collector and just cut from the same cloth. Super happy to have you, brother.
Likewise, man. Thank you so much. And again, go check out Marcus of Comfort Cartoons. So much great and amazing content there. Also, our buddy behind the camera, Austin the Brimstone, for all your Shrek and DreamWorks awesomeness.
Hello.
And yeah, guys, we will catch you on the next one.
Time to go thrifting.
Let's go.
Let's do it.